G'day guys, how you going? Aussie Crasher here, Australian Red Bull Ice Cross athlete. Huge shout out to HowExpert.com for making this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of my top 5 ice cross tips. If you're new to the sport and you've never been, get to an event. Get on a track. Doesn't matter if it's a come and try day, if you're racing a 100, 250 or 500 level event, just get on a track. That'll make the biggest difference to 1, your approach for the sport, and 2, how you train for the sport. You can watch it and be like, okay, I can train for this, that's easy, but until you're actually on a track, you won't know exactly what you're weakest at in those components. So probably the biggest thing for me, I'd say, is just get on a track. That is the biggest tip I can tell anyone, and you'll either figure out if you love it or you hate it really quick. So I would just say, first up, just get out there and give it a go. Number 2, once you're on a track, keep those knees bent. Can't stress this enough. You think you're bending, you think you're low, and you'll look like a couple pencils skating down that track if you're kind of new to it and your balance and everything isn't quite right. So just make sure you're keeping those knees bent. The lower you are, the lower your center of gravity is, the easier obstacles will be able to, I guess, be achieved. But just keep those knees bent. All the boys were telling me in my first couple seasons, bend those knees, bend those knees. I'm like, I'm bending, it's fine. But until you really start to figure it out, just make sure you tell yourself to keep your knees bent. If you're getting tired, don't stand up. If you straighten your knees, you're gonna fall. It happens, unfortunately, quite a lot. Number 3, I'd have to say, is get safety gear that you're comfortable in. There are minimum requirements required for ice cross. And as long as you can meet those requirements, you can kind of play around with what you actually wear, be it hockey gear, motocross gear, mountain biking gear. Just find something you're comfortable skating in and you'll skate better. If you're feeling good in your gear, you'll skate well. If you're feeling awkward, uncomfortable, and you're actually shifting your pads around during a run, you're gonna be losing time. So just make sure everything fits, is comfortable, and you're happy in it. You're gonna fall, but that's what the pads are for. So don't worry about falling either. You've got so many pads on you, you'll fall and you'll just get back up and keep going. Number 4, I'm gonna have to say, get a set of rollerblades. Probably most of my training, at least for coming from Australia, is on rollerblades, be it skate parks, pump tracks, city skates, just anything you can do to throw yourself off balance and in blades, do it, because it'll make you a better skater come up season time. Preparing for a season, make sure you do get your ice time in though, because there are some muscle memory habits in rollerblading that don't translate well to ice, and it can actually negatively impact a run on the track. So just make sure you get your ice time beforehand, but outside of an event, just get on blades. It's one of the biggest things to do to train all year round. I'm gonna say, finally, for me at least, more so this sport is a big mental game. So if you aren't scared, you're not going fast enough. And some of the boys laughed at me for this one, but honestly, if you get to the bottom of the track and you're like, that was easy, that was so much fun, what am I doing right or wrong? If you think like that, in my head, you've done it wrong, because you're not scared. You gotta be pushing yourself every time. You get a Riders' Cup, you get 4 runs before you have to qualify, and you have to learn as much as you can in those 4 runs. You have to be able to pick up, and you gotta know where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, and where you can make up the most time, and also possible passing opportunities as well. So you got to make sure you can learn quick, so every time you're on the track, just go 110%. If you're dawdling and it's yeah. But outside of that, I've just got to say thank you for tuning into this one. Keep on to HowExpert.com to hear some more amazing information from people that do exactly what they do, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys more. Cheers.